I don't even put it.
This spread is just unbelievable. Look at all these vegetables. Oh my god.
That's not even half of it.
This should be called your ultimate immersion program.
Yes. Immerse yourself in
All right, Drew Cannoli, remember, we're in this together. I have my friend and client, Zack Childress here. He has been rocking out this transformation. You know, it's not normal that we actually fly into somebody's home halfway through the process, but I'm kind of glad we did it this time.
Yeah.
It's going really, really well.
We're about, what, halfway through right now?
Halfway through.
Yep.
How much have you lost up to this point?
As of right now, I think I'm 45 pounds. And that's a 4 and a 5. That's a 45 pounds.
How does that go again?
That's a
45.
45 or 45, whichever way you see it.
Down 45 pounds.
Yeah.
More energy.
Yeah, lots of energy. Sleep better at night. I don't snore anymore.
Which your wife was really a big fan of that. So rumor has it that this guy used to snore a little bit.
Oh, well, yes. No more snoring.
He doesn't snore anymore.
No more snoring. Yeah, he does not snore anymore. That's been huge for my sleep. I've been getting some great rest, and I don't have to keep on nudging him to wake him up so I can get back to sleep. He doesn't wake up with a sore throat anymore. He gets a good night's sleep. He's actually been going to sleep earlier and
better rest.
Getting better rest,
yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that...
And listen, I don't know if I was snoring or not, because I never...
Oh yes, he knows. I have video. He knows. He knows.
Video of him
I do have video of him snoring.
No more snoring.
She said he doesn't snore anymore. So that was great. My feet have shrunk. My belly's shrunk. My waist has shrunk.
It has.
Yep.
I remember last time it was, what, 6 inches out? Would you say?
It was probably like out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of his clothes, he's basically swimming in.
Yeah. That's a good thing, though.
Tell him a little bit about the hip. What was going on with the hip in the beginning and the back?
Well, I've had back problems for quite some time. 2 years ago, I had a surgery done, and didn't know then what I know now, which obviously changes your mindset on how things, you know, should be. But about, I guess it was what, 6 weeks ago, 6.5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We were at a big event and big JV conference, and my back went out. I mean, just went out. I couldn't walk. Had to get taken to the emergency room, and I just I realized then that, you know, there was something that had to change. It was kind of funny. I'm leaned over a chair and I'm thinking, oh man, I'm in some pain. I'm like, I gotta change something. I'm fat. I'm tired. My back hurts, and Mr. Drew Cannoli walked in the room, and I thought, oh no, this is a sign.
I got the little GPS from the heavens that told me to show up.
And so yeah, I started that. The downside was this, is I knew I had to make a change. I knew I needed a coach.
Yeah.
I knew I couldn't do it alone. I tried many times and failed, and I wasn't in a physical shape to exercise and go out and like do the treadmill. My leg was in excruciating pain from a pinched sciatic nerve, and but I was still determined to do it.
Yeah.
And so I got into the 5-day. 45 days ago we started juicing. Well, she started juicing. I started drinking. Yeah, and this little one right here has been juicing also.
Yeah.
She loves it.
And lost 20 pounds in the first week.
Which is a record, by the way. 20 pounds in the first week. If I had a medal, I'd give it to this guy right now. So.
But that just made me a believer, obviously. I was like, this works, I'm doing this, I'm on this. And just actually started working out about 2 weeks ago. So for the first month, I didn't even work out. I was just sticking to the juicing and the dieting and you know, cleansing my body and really only putting in clean organic food. I did a lot of juicing. I'd have a meal, maybe a salad and a steak, or a piece of, you know, steak, or a piece of fish, or a piece of pork or just something really clean for dinner, and just kept doing it. So.
Yep. And you form the habits. You know, it's kind of funny, but I came into your house and literally everything that's in the book or we say to do at Fit Life has already been done. So you followed it to a T.
Yeah, thanks to my wife.
Yeah. Yeah, she really helped out. All the juicing.
Yeah, I just drink it. She makes it.
Yeah.
So.
Tell them a little bit about the timer that you have set on your phone, because I find that interesting as well.
Yes. Well, you know, as much as you preach and, you know, and we know that we should eat more regularly. I mean, that's something we all kind of subconsciously know. We just don't do it. But then having it brought into our, you know, our up front was made me realize that I was only eating 2 times a day. Maybe a lunch, maybe a breakfast, and then a big dinner. And so I was really putting my body into starvation mode where, you know, it was like saying, oh, this is the only time I eat, I'm going to store the fat, and which is what we learned. And so one of the things I realized, it wasn't, it's, how do I say this? It's not hard to eat every 2 hours. It's hard to remember to eat every 2 hours. And so I just said, well, if I can't remember it, I got to have something to remind me. And so I took my phone, my iPhone, and I set my alarm to go off every 2 hours from 8 a.m. until 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday.
Yeah.
So every 2 hours it buzzes. Even when I'm on stage speaking, my phone will buzz, and
or you're on a real estate bus.
Or I'm on a real estate bus, it's buzzing, or I'm at a closing table, it's buzzing. And what's cool about that is now, you know, my students, the people I'm around are asking, well, what's that?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I got to remind myself to eat every 2 hours. Well, why are you doing that? Well, because I lost 45 pounds doing it. And then now, obviously, they're like, "What? You're crap? How'd you do that?" Or, you know.
Yeah.
So
people absolutely love that. So I'm glad that you're able to inspire so many people. I know you have getfitwithzack.com.
Yeah.
There's a Getting Fit.
It's gettingfitwithzack.com.
Yeah. So people are following you. They're watching, you know, to see what happens next.
Yep.
I mean, you are indeed, I mean, the biggest transformation we've had up to this point, where you have the potential to lose close to 100 pounds in 90 days. How do you see that playing out?
Just keep doing what I'm doing. And here's the beauty of it. It's not hard anymore.
Yeah.
It's not. It's, like you said, it's just new habits.
Yeah.
You know, do I see myself getting into a more regular meal plan? Yeah, but once I get to the weight I want, you know, that's kind of how I see it. Is right now I'm still in that obese, you know, lifestyle, and I'm trying to get out of it. So.
What about the identity that you formed around the self-deprecating humor that we talked about on stage? You know, referring to yourself as somebody who's overweight, you know, ripping on yourself like that, subconsciously programming you to be that guy.
You know, that was something I never thought about, and then you had mentioned that in the very first phone call with me, you, and Christine, my wife, and I never really thought about it until you had said that. And when you said that, it made me realize that, you know, that is a big part of who I am, or was a big part of who I was, and but it's not anymore. You know, I see the direction I'm going, I'm seeing the influence, and I'm seeing now, you know, I obviously felt that I had a bigger purpose to teach people how to create wealth, but I feel now that there's another bigger purpose by becoming the new person. It's not just teach them how to create wealth, but it's also to help influence them to create health too. Yeah. And so I see that as, you know, moving into the, and you know, that may be, you know, a little out there, but I mean, I'm in front of a lot of people. Yeah. And it just makes sense for me to share what's working for me if it can help them, whether it's creating wealth or whether it's creating health. So I just think that's the new identity. Yep.
Health is wealth.
It's true.
Yeah.
Because without health, wealth means nothing.
Absolutely.
I learned that.
Yeah, I mean, people will pay millions of dollars, everything that they own, just for one more day of health if they're sick.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and we were adding up all the money I've spent on doctor bills and chiropractors and surgeries and everything else, and